Hi, grade 7. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about algebraic expressions here today. So the first thing that I'm going to get done here is I'm going to write 5k plus 2. 5k plus 2. So this is an algebraic expression, and I just want to quickly break it down for you. So very quickly, I'm going to underline the 5. We'll underline the 5. Now the 5 is what you call the numerical coefficient. The numerical coefficient. So that we're going to get into right after we talk about k, and k, which we'll circle, is called a variable. Now what a variable does is it represents any number. It can be any number from 1 to 1,000,000. It depends on what you're going to put in, and we would have just talked about that with input and output before. So 5k actually means 5 multiplied by k. So that whenever you see a 5k, it actually represents the number sentence 5 multiplied by k. Now what the numerical coefficient does is just gives you a number that allows you to talk about how many times you're going to multiply the variable in. Now that plus 2, so plus 2, that represents the constant here. So the constant would be something that you're adding to. So it's separate from 5k. So if we were to rewrite this or expand this number sentence, what we would have is 5 multiplied by k plus 2. And that's actually what 5k plus 2 means. So the last thing that I just quickly want to talk about is what you do with that variable, that letter that is circled in blue there. So what we're going to do is, just on the far right, what I'm going to do is have it written k equals 3. K is the same as 3. So what that means is that in this case, what that k stands for is the number 3. So what you can do is you can plug in that number, and 5k plus 2 turns into 5 times 3 plus 2. And then, of course, after we have that, we can just solve using BEDMAS. So obviously, we'll go 5 multiplied by 3, which is 15. And I might underline that 5 multiplied by 3 just so we know that we did that first with our BEDMAS, or our order of operations. And then after that, we can go 15 plus 2. And I know that you're all waiting for me to say it. So yes, 15 plus 2 is 17. So now this algebraic expression represents 17. Instead, they've just written it as 5k plus 2, where we know that k equals 3. Next thing we're going to get into here in the next lesson is learning how to solve algebraic equations, which are a little different. So now you can go back to lesson 1.3 and get to work.